Well, hello friends, Coach Bob with you today, and today, man, we got a great video for you. Man, it is going to be on the stigma of riding on three wheels. You know, I know a lot of you are going to kind of cringe when you hear that title, but please bear with me as we develop this conversation, because I think it's an important one that we need to have to help others. This is a very important thing for the three-wheel community. But before we get going on this engaging content, if you would do me a favor, let me make this turn first. Give the video a big old fat thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, all that jazz. You know I would appreciate it. Now, as you guys know, I love all things three wheels, two wheels, even four wheels for that matter. In fact, when I was a young man, I rode a unicycle. But let's talk three wheels and the stigma associated with it. You know, I'm going to share a story with you that happened in the last few weeks. It was just after Christmas. I was up at the Harley shop, and my son-in-law's father had a flat tire on his Harley, and I trailered it up there for him to help him get it all going and all that jazz. But while I was in there, I met a man who was, I think he was 78 years old, if I'm not mistaken. He was in Vietnam in '68, I know that, and he was on a walking stick, and I was coming out of the bathroom there at the Harley dealer, and he was in the bathroom as well, and he felt like he was in my way, and he goes, "You can go by," and I'm like, "No, that's okay, sir, I'm in no hurry," and I held the door for him, and he went on through, and I'm like, "How you doing today, brother?" And he goes, "I'm not doing too good." I'm like, "I'm sorry to hear that. Anything you want to hang out, drink a cup of coffee over, we can talk?" He goes, "Well," he goes, "it's kind of embarrassing if you want to hear it." I'm like, "Sure, I want to hear it." He goes, I'm buying a motorcycle today." And I'm like, "Well, you should be excited about that, man. That's a very big deal. Congratulations." He goes, "I don't want it." I'm like, "What do you mean you don't want it? What's up?" He goes, "I'm trading in my motorcycle and my wife's motorcycle, and we're getting a three-wheeler." And he almost looked like it was going to break him. And I'm like, "Well, that's awesome, man. That's great. Those are beautiful." So he goes out and he shows me the Tri-Glide that he's buying, and I'm super excited for him. And he's like, "So you like three-wheelers?" And I said, "Yeah, man, I ride a Can-Am Spyder. My wife's in a wheelchair. And I go out, I got it because of her." I said, "But what's happened is over the years there's just been this metamorphosis, and I love riding on three. I just do. It's great. It's liberating." And he shared with me, he goes, "Well, you know, I've always wanted to be on two wheels. I've enjoyed two wheels my whole life." He goes, "When I got back from the war, I bought my first Harley, and I've been riding ever since, and now I can't hold it up anymore. I've dropped it 2 or 3 times in the last month, and my knees, I'm going to hurt myself." And my wife told me she'd get on the back, and she's pretty much done, and she'll get on the back with me, and we can ride, and we can go to rallies together. We can have fun. I'm like, "Man, that's going to be awesome. You've extended your riding life." I said, "Your only other alternative was to hang it up, and you want to ride, brother. You want to ride." I said, "That's great news." I asked him if he would mind if I dug a little deeper and asked him a couple of questions, because, man, the synapses in my brain were just firing, because I thought about how many times I've heard this. "So why is it that you don't want a three-wheeler?" And he looked up at me like he was almost going to tear up, and he said, "I feel like less of a man." You know, I want you to know right there, that sums up so much in our life as we age. Now, there are many people who will go to three-wheelers for whatever reason, but there are many also who go to it because they don't have a choice. Whether they've been injured or broken by life, or whether they're just aging. And that feeling of feeling less than you were is difficult, man. It's hard. It's traumatizing. You know, it breaks you. And it broke him. He was broken at that moment. And I'm like, "Brother, you were every bit of man you were when you were walking through the jungles of Vietnam, or you were 6 years ago riding around on your Harley. You are every bit of the man right now that you have ever been. And that motorcycle doesn't define you. It just allows the man that you are to be to express himself even more, to be an example to those who have the courage to go out and do more. I said, you're setting the example. You're the beacon on the hill, man. You can see his eyes light up. It was really a huge change in his whole demeanor, in his posturing, as he thought about it. You know, so many times we see people get injured, we would never say, hey man, you need to be ashamed of yourself for bleeding like that. We'd say that's the most stupid thing you could ever say. But we don't mind hammering people and beating them up when they do something that might be different than what we were doing when we were young. Maybe the way they dress or the way they walk. Maybe that they need a cane or a brace or whatever, and they feel like less of themselves as a result of it. You know, when I got home, I asked Coach Vic a question that I don't know that I've ever asked her before. And it was this: Vicky, have you ever felt ashamed or at odds with going into a room in your wheelchair? And she confessed, she goes, you know, Bob, when I was young, I felt that almost every time I went anywhere. There was always a sense of shame that I was less than everyone else, that I couldn't walk in, that I couldn't wear the clothes that other people wore because of the way the wheelchair situates your body. I was less of a woman, and it made me sad inside, but I knew that this was my life, and I needed to use this wheelchair for me to get around, and so it was all I had. And I said, wow, do you ever feel that way now? She goes, every now and then. Every now and then. She goes, not very often. She goes, now it's just more awkward if I go to someone's house that the doors are narrow or it's hard for me to get in. I feel bad for the person because they're embarrassed that I can't get in, and it's just, it can just feel awkward. Well, that's the same thing that happens to us when we get hurt or when we are aging and we can no longer do the things that we want to do. So I want to encourage you, if you're at that place, right? If you're at that place where you're aging and you're like, man, I want to ride. This guy's a total knucklehead. I tell you, you want to see less of a man as an idiot that does 30 miles an hour when you can go a lot faster. Unbelievable. So I got to thinking about the stigma of three wheels after that conversation, and I'm like, you know, I need to make a video on that. So many people inspire me that are in their late 70s and in their mid 80s, even their late 80s, that share messages with me that they're riding and they just got off of two wheels, or they've been off two wheels for 10 years and they decided that the Spyder or a Tri-Glide or a Goldwing trike was the answer for them. And so it's amazing to me to see these people out doing it. They inspire me. I salute you. Let me tell you, if you're in your 70s and 80s and you're riding, I salute you. You are amazing. And you are what we all aspire to be. So understand that if you're older and you've done it, that's one thing, and I want you to know how much I appreciate you. But here's the other. What if you're younger? What if you just want to ride three wheels? What if you're like, I just don't want to do the two-wheel thing, but you're worried about what others think? Now, this is not a thing for people to get on here and go, well, I don't give a crap what anyone thinks. You know, you can do that if you want to, but that doesn't help. What I want you to do is I want you in the comment section to encourage others who are on the fence and they're contemplating either not riding at all or giving up or giving in to the feeling that they're not enough. It's not enough for you to just say, I don't care. You need to let them know that it's okay in whatever way you can, because you matter. Your opinions matter, and it's peer pressure that does this to people. So let's say you're 35 years old and you're just like, I just don't want to do two wheels anymore, but I'm kind of afraid to go to three wheels, or I feel like maybe I'm too good or I'm too cool to go to three wheels, but I sure would love to ride. The goal with me in this is to convince you that there is no shame with going to 3 wheels. There is no shame in it at all. You don't owe anyone excuses. But it's not enough for me to say that you don't owe anyone excuses. I need to give you hard data on why you don't owe anyone excuses. First off, let me say this. Before you make a decision on whether you think that it's shameful or that you're too broken if you ride 3 wheels or you're not cool enough, the first thing I would tell you is get on one and ride. Just at least do that. Get on one and ride it. Because when you do that, you're going to realize that same freedom that you experienced on 2 wheels, you're going to get that same feeling on 3. And that is going to be invigorating to you. And that is going to do more to convince you than anyone in the comments or me giving you all of the Coach Bobisms that I can come up with. You know, the very first time Coach Vic rode a Can-Am Spyder, and I'm not talking about on the back as a pillion. We did an irresponsible thing. We did a video with it. It's silly. It's funny. The music is absolutely ridiculous. What I did, I sat on the back seat of my 2019, my RT, and I did the brakes with my feet. And her feet sat on top of mine. And she drove the Spyder. And she would tell me, brake, 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 and I would brake when she told me to. I know you're saying, Coach, that is ridiculous. You're you're the most irresponsible human ever born. That's okay. What she told me after riding this thing, she goes, Bob, I felt like I was a kid riding my Trail 70 again. I have not felt that free in years. And that is just super duper cool. And that's what you're going to feel like. You're going to feel free. You're not going to feel like, oh, should it be 2 or 3 wheels? You're not. That's not even going to enter your mind anymore. You're just going to ride it and you're going to feel free. And then you're going to ride and you're going to get out on your own. You're going to buy it and you're going to ride it and it's going to be fun. And then the first time someone says something to you, it's going to sting a little bit. And that's if someone does. Now with me, I had a bunch of riding buddies that do track days, and you know, they're like hardcore Harley guys or hardcore European guys, and you know, they mock me. They do. They pick on me, and that's okay. You know, old grandpa, you know, could you limp over here and you want us to get you a little cup of tea, put some honey in it for you? You know, did you take your meds today? Do you need your blood thinners and your heart medications? You know, I hear all that. I get it. It doesn't bother me in the least. I mean, not in the least. I think it's funny. But if those things bother you, you're going to have to get over that kind of stuff if you hang out with those kind of people. Now, if you just hang out with other 3-wheel people, you're not going to hear that at all. You know, if you look at like Wounded Warrior Foundation and the Road Warrior and all of these different groups that take care of injured veterans, and you see these guys get on Spyders and ride, and you see the gleam in their eye as they experience freedom after a debilitating injury, man, it's awesome. See that dude right there? He's on a BMW. Now I'm going to tell you, that guy right there is not experiencing any more joy right now than I am riding a Spyder. That I can guarantee you. So again, the very first thing you need to do is you need to ride one so you can experience the freedom. And the next thing you need to do is you need to look in the mirror and go, I am enough, and I am cool enough, and this is what I am, and this is what I want to do, and go do it. And don't apologize to anyone for it. I make no apologies. Riding the Spyder is fun. It's just fun. And anyone who says it isn't, well, they're goofballs. I don't know. Maybe they just define fun differently than me. But I love riding this thing. Man, I love getting on it. It brings a smile to my face every single time. All right, so now you've decided I'm gonna do it, man. I believe in me. I can do this, but I'm still a little antsy about it. Ask yourself this qualifying question. Why do you ride? Why do you ride? Why do I ride? Well, I'm going to tell you, I ride to experience freedom. It may sound silly and trivial, but that's why I ride. I don't ride just because it's cool, although it is very cool. I want to feel freedom. I want to enjoy all of it. You know, that guy's running down the road, man. I used to do that, and what a great feeling that is. I can't do that anymore. I can't. My heart won't let me. My hips won't let me. It's not an excuse. It's legitimate reasons. It's doctor's orders. There are things that limit me now, but it wouldn't matter. I'm going to tell you right now, I can still ride two wheels. That I can do. So why do I keep going to the three-wheel world? Why do I keep riding the Spyder? Because it's fun. I experience freedom on it, and it's great. So I keep doing it, and I can ride anything I want. And don't get me wrong, I'm gonna ride anything I want. I'm gonna ride two-wheelers. I'm gonna ride them as long as I can, and when I can't, I'll sell them all and I won't look back, because I'm not gonna live in the past. That's the next thing you want to ask yourself. What would make me more fulfilled in my life? And if riding the three-wheeled motorcycle makes you more fulfilled, then you need to do it. You need to do it. And the world can kiss your old butt. That's just the way it is. Don't worry about it. You know, I keep telling you don't worry about it, because invariably, if you're around those people, if you're around them, and I am around them a lot. I'm around motorcycle people. I'm gonna differentiate here for a moment between two-wheeled motorcycle people and Spyder people. They are different groups, and they have different feelings on what freedom is and what riding is, what adventure is, and all of that stuff. And if you ride with those people, you're gonna hear it. And if you know, so you have to do one of two things. You either have to be able to fire the jokes back, right? The training wheel jokes, the tricycle jokes, all those things. You have to be able to laugh and fire back, which I do. I love doing it, you know. I love going, hey man, you know, hey, I ride a tricycle and I'm still faster than you. You know, yeah, I have three wheels, but at least I can hold a line. My line may be wider, but at least I can hold a line. All of that stuff. Or yeah, I love your two-wheeler. It looks good sitting up on top of that four-wheel trailer, because you trailer it everywhere. Nice job there, Harley buddy. You put on your leather jacket and duck walk for me. You know, all of that stuff, man. It works both ways. And when you're around the right people and you fire back, they're going to get it, because they're going to see the humor. They're going to see the silliness in their disposition. You know, there are many times I'll wave, like I just waved at that Harley guy. He didn't wave back, but that's okay. He might not have seen me wave. I don't assume because I wave that he doesn't like me because I'm on a Spyder. I don't care, because I wave at people when I'm on my Harley too. And I'm goofy. I may not, you know, I can give you here's the Harley wave, right? The low, the hey, yo. And here's the goofy wave. I do both. I don't care. I'm having fun, man. I'm having a good time. So I want to encourage you, if you're at the end of your riding season in your life and you go, man, I sure wish I had a few more seasons in me, try a Spyder out. Try one out. It's easy to ride. It's easy to shift. It's easy to brake. You can do it with just your hands if you buy an ISCI handbrake. The creature comforts are absolutely superb. Even if you don't like the styling cues, you get on it and ride. The styling cues will take care of themselves. You'll like it from here. When you're sitting on it, you don't know what you're on. You're just on this cool thing and you're just riding. So whatever the stigma is, whatever you're carrying around in that bag, that you get a bag of rocks of shame or disappointment, man, empty that bag out. Just unzip it and dump all them rocks on the ground and enjoy your life. Because I can tell you, you can get many, many riding seasons and you don't need to be ashamed of a thing. So I want you to be encouraged. I'm here to encourage you. The subscribers of this channel, they're here to encourage you. We're not here to beat you up or make fun of you. That's not what we're here to do. And I'm going to tell you right now, whether you're a young strapping buck who can deadlift 500 pounds or a double amputee with MS and can barely move, I'm here to encourage you to live your life to the very fullest. And if that means riding a three-wheeled motorcycle like this beautiful Can-Am Spyder, then have at it, baby. I want you to enjoy your life. And don't let others tell you that you can't. And don't let the world convince you that you're not enough when you are. Because, my friend, you are enough. You are. You're enough. You know, I'm married to a paralyzed woman, and she is all woman. She's as much of a woman as anybody else out there. She is not less of a woman because she's in a wheelchair. She is not less beautiful. She is not less intelligent. She is not less hot. She's a beauty, man. She's freaking 5-star. She is grace and elegance and toughness all rolled into one. She's the perfect woman. All right, well, enough of all that. I don't know, man. I better cut that out. Coach Vic will get overconfident. All right, well, before we go, do me a favor, give the video a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, all that jazz. But until next time, yes, you go out by the motorcycle of your dreams, 2 or 3 wheels, no shame, no harm. Eat right, take care of yourself, and remember, if you're not having fun, you are most definitely doing it wrong. Now, you go seize the day, and I'll see you on the road real soon.